Black Adam has teetered between hero and villain in the comics, but it's clear to the fans that the ruler of Kahndaq should always be against the heroes. In this video, we will check out who is Black Adam and what's his real strength. Number 6. Who is Black Adam? In the comics books, Black Adam is an ancient Egyptian named Teth-Adam who is given magical powers by a wizard named Shazam in the hopes that Black Adam would use his powers to fight against the evil. Instead, Black Adam gets consumed by his powers and ends up killing Shazam. Due to his betrayal, Black Adam is banished and a distant star and spends the next 5,000 years traveling back to Earth. Once he returns, he realizes that Shazam has chosen new successors, including Billy Batson as seen in Shazam, who becomes his recurring enemy. However, the Black Adam trailer teases a different origin story for the character. In the movie version, Black Adam is born a slave and executed, but is brought back to life due to his son sacrificing his own life for his father. Black Adam returns with special abilities which he calls a curse. So unlike the comic books where Black Adam reveals in his newfound powers, in the movie he seems to have complicated feelings towards his abilities. Number 5. Black Adam powers and abilities, the Shazam Connection. The traditional Shazam acronym stands for a group of gods and heroes, mostly stemming from the Greco-Roman tradition. On the more traditional heroic of things, Billy Batson is imbued with wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the stamina of Atlas, the power of Zeus, the courage of Achilles, and the speed of Mercury, where he speaks the formed magic word. They are pretty self-explanatory, but Black Adam gets his power from a different pantheon where he says the magical word. For Black Adam, the magic word of Shazam stands for the stamina of Shu, the swift of Heru, the strength of Ammon, the wisdom of Zeuti, the power of Atom, and the courage of Mayhem. For the purpose of superhero storytelling, we will just consider stamina to be manifested as nigh invulnerability, meaning that Adam or other Shazam family members can take about as much as punishment Superman. Now to be clear, the gods of ancient Egyptian mythology aren't as tied to the specific role as the Greek or Roman counterparts. But Shu has been known to be equated with Atlas, perhaps because he is associated with the space between the ground and the sky, hence the stamina he grants Black Adam. The swiftness of Hero, well, you might know Hero better as Ars, the ancient Egyptian sky god. Maybe not as traditionally associated with the speed of Mercury as is, but that's what Adam creators put here. So that's what we have got. In any case, it's Hero's name which grants Black Adam traditional superhero super speed. Neither he nor Shazam are not as fast as Flash, though perhaps roughly as fast as Superman. The swiftness is often which is said to allow him to fly as well. Anu, who grants Adam his great strength, was one of the most important gods of the ancient Egyptian pantheon. How strong is Black Adam? Well, according to the comics, he can go toe-to-toe with Superman, and that's certainly something that Dwayne Johnson keeps hinting at. The wisdom of Zeuti makes more sense if you think of Zeuti by his name, well-known name, Tut, who was god of wisdom, science, writing, and more. Anyway, like Billy's wisdom of Solomon trait, it's a little hard to qualify that with this means in terms of Black Adam, but he's certainly been wise enough to make nation of Kahndaq. He is, as you might expect, a bit of strong man. So there's something to this. Atom is essentially the son of God. Something akin to the Greco-Roman Apollo, albeit more conceptual. The equivalent of this with Shazam is the power of Zeus, which is usually represented as lightning powers that have to be added to the character in recent years, as well as resistance to magical attacks. And yes, as we see in the movie, Black Adam isn't shy about using those lightning abilities to fry the crap out of his opponents. To the character in recent years, as well as resistance to magical attacks. And yes, as we see in the movie, Black Adam isn't shy about using those lightning abilities to fry the crap out of his opponents. Number 4. Black Adam's weakness. From afar, it may appear that Black Adam is a ridiculously overpowered character. The guy is about as strong as tough fast as Superman, for crying out loud, but is absolutely can be beaten. For one thing, he can be overpowered by someone stronger. There aren't as many of them out here. But it can be done. For one thing, it's almost vulnerable to magic. It makes sense since his powers are magically based. As you will see from the history section below, he's repeatedly had his power taken away by cunning wizards, heroes, and sorcerers throughout DC history. Sometimes, all it's taken is tricking him to saying into the magical words, causing him to revert from human, thereby making him vulnerable to attack. And as we see in the Black Adam movie, he's also vulnerable to Antihero, magical pieces that make up the Rock of Eternity, the source of Shazam powers. It doesn't affect him like the kryptonite affects Superman, but it's also able to pierce his skin. In the recent and really awesome Black Adam comic series by Christopher Priest and Rafa Sandoval, Adam Samsung found on the wrong end of none other than Darkseid himself, who's Comic power left the Antihero with a kind of cosmetic neurosis that's eating his physical form and killing him. So yeah, it's tough, but Black Adam can be defeated. Number 3. The Early Days. Black Adam first appeared in 1945 in a story by Otto Binter and creator of all things Shazam C.C. Beck. In its first story, Adam was established as an Asian pharaoh and the first mortal to be granted the powers of Shazam. Teth-Adam, dubbed Mighty Adam by Wizard, is corrupted by the Shazam powers, and after cutting a swath of destruction across ancient Egypt, the witches releases him back Adam and exiles him into the space. Adam returns in the modern age to find that Shazam powers has been granted to Billy Batson, Freddie Freeman and Mary Batson, and true epic follows as Black Adam is finally tricked into saying that the Shazam magic words and revert back to Teth-Adam. Sadly for all Teth, he is now 5,000 years old and insanely turns into dust. Yikes! Hardly, huh? For such an important villain, this was Black Adam's only appearance for decades when DC Comics revived Shazam in the 1970s. And Black Adam returned to thanks to Dr. Srivana's reincarnation machine, why not? And became part of the DC Universe proper, making occasional guest appearance to battle Shazam and Superman in the pages of books like DC Comics presets, but it wasn't until 1994 with Black Adam would realize his true potential. Number 2. Power. The modern Black Adam made his debut in Jerry Ordway's The Power of Shazam, which established with Teth-Adam was one of the greatest warriors serving pharaoh Ramesses II, catching the eye of the wizards who grants him power. Adam serves as Egypt's guardian for centuries until he is corrupted by a democratic entity known as Blaze. The wizard strips Adam of his power and the world seduced by democratic scubbers thing and places the Black Adam power in a scarab as one of the doves. The big takeaway here, other than the factory Ordway's Shazam, was beyond awesome. Isn't that writer's artist who was first to establish Black Adam as one noble soul? Black Adam was Egypt's greatest champion, and until he was corrupted by Blaze, he was the model of heroism in the early days of DCU. The tale of Black Adam is almost biblical in scope of rise of a champion and falls a corrupted soul that murders the family of a boy destined to be hero. It's a different take than the one we see in the movie, but it's nonetheless an important milestone for the character. Number 1. A true anti-hero. The time of Black Adam as Dark Protector, Homedical King and a complex anti-hero would truly begin under the right of Geoff Johns and David S. Goyer and artist Marcos Martin in the page of JSA Adam joins with the JSA villain Johnny Sorrow. If Sorrow looks at you, you die. It's intense and almost defeats the JSA until Black Adam's original Teth-Adam nature reasserts itself. He helped the JSA defeat Sorrow and Repentant Adam asked to join the world's first super team. You can see why the movie wanted to include characters from the JSA, because at the point in the character's history, this is where things get truly awesome. As a leader of his own nation, Black Adam shows that he is all about the harsh biblical justice of the old. The story returns a few elements from the power of Shazam, moving the place of Adam's origin from Egypt to fictional North African nation of Kahndaq. In addition, the writers tie the character to Hawkman as Adam serves side by side with Prince Khufu, one of the hero's past lives. They also tweak Adam's original, losing the corrupted by Blaze elements and replacing it with comparing of Kahndaq by A.H.K. Tunn and immortal Vandal Savage. During the sacking of Kahndaq, Adam's family is murdered. Driven by vegans as the god of his people, Black Adam returns to Kahndaq and takes his vengeance on the invaders. The level of violence shocks the wizard, who straps Black Adam of his powers and murders him. That's some dark stuff. In change of origin, strip Black Adam of his true villainous roots and make him more akin to the Marvel characters like Magneto or Namor, a leader who will go through any lengths to protect his people. Do let us know in the comments if you're interested in this character. Thanks for watching.